Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Weather with Jonathan here. I'm back with another daily weather forecast. I hope all of you guys are having a great day out there, staying safe and everything. And in this video, we are going to be going over a massive severe weather outbreak to happen this weekend, and later next week. I will also be going over what's going to be happening with an upcoming atmospheric river in the Pacific Northwest. So let's take a deep dive right into that. So let's first start with our current weather. So currently we have our storm that was a subtropical low moving across northern Alabama, southern Tennessee, and northern Georgia. This is bringing some pretty severe thunderstorms for portions of northern North Carolina and southern Virginia, specifically in this area. And then you can see we have storms just exploding in Kansas and Nebraska. And this is going to eventually just become a bigger even squall line than what it is right now. And it's going to produce some very significant damaging wind gusts. So we really ought to be concerned for this. So I really want you guys to pay attention to that. And then otherwise, it's mainly calm across the country. Other than that, we also have some severe thunderstorms down here in Texas that will fire off later this evening. So we really got to watch out for that. So let's now go over our severe weather. So you can see today our dew points are going to be rising, and definitely in eastern Oklahoma, eastern Kansas, northeastern Texas, and southern Texas, where we could have storms initiate. And this severe threat does not diminish. And I really have been seeing a pretty concerning storm system develop. And guess what? It's going to bring some pretty significant severe weather. And this is and what I've seen on the models, as far as I've seen, this is just intensifying even more. And guess what? That severe weather threat also does not diminish. On Sunday, we actually have a slight risk down here for portions of Alabama and Georgia. This is mainly going to be for wind and hail, but a couple of tornadoes definitely could be possible. Now, I think we do still have a marginal threat of severe weather into the Ohio River Valley, maybe a little of the Northeast, but not really as much as we were predicting. So let's also just take a look at our Cape values just to see how much energy storms have to fire off. And they have a lot to fire off tomorrow. Specifically, about 1,000 joules to just about 2,000 joules per kilogram. So this is a lot. That's a lot of Cape. And they also still do have a pretty good amount of Cape for Sunday. Now, they don't have the most I've ever seen, just about 1,000 joules-ish, right about in there. So it's not going to be anything completely significant Sunday. It's going to be more of Saturday and today is our main focus. Now, I just want to show you guys how much wind shear we have. We do not have a lot for day one. Now, that's today. Now, we do definitely have a lot more wind shear with some of these storms for tomorrow. Now, it's not like the most wind shear I've ever seen, but yeah. And then we also do have enough wind shear down there in Georgia and Alabama for tornadoes. Maybe just probably going to be isolated spin-up tornadoes. And then that storm moves out of our hair. So let's also go back to our dew points because we do have an upcoming storm system. And this is going to be for Thursday. So it's just going to be in the same area. And it's looking a lot more concerning now because, look, we have higher dew points than the storms we have currently in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Nebraska. And a lot of convection is also present here on Thursday. And this is going to be a pretty significant event. So, yeah. And also, yes, we have enough Cape values. And actually, they're going to be higher, reaching upwards of 2,500 joules to maybe even 3,000 joules some places later in the morning hours. Now, listen, it is showing somehow like 4,000, 3,000 joules in Missouri somewhere. So I really don't know why, but that's probably going to change. But I do not think that severe weather threat will diminish as we head out. Maybe a marginal threat of severe weather in the advance. So let's also track out our storms in Kansas, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. Now specifically northern. This is going to develop into a big squall line this evening, and it already is, and it's going to become a big time damaging wind threat. That's the HRRR model, so it's not going to do exactly what it shows, but it is a pretty good guess. Then finally, the storms will move out of our hair. We also need to track our supercells for tomorrow because this is going to be very significant. And tomorrow, I am very concerned about, especially because we have a bunch of discrete supercells. This is about tomorrow at 1 p.m. So we're going to have supercells likely to develop around 1 p.m. And then as we head out into the evening hours, these are going to become just a massive squall line of storms with some significant damaging winds and hail. And you can see right here in this model run that I'm showing you right now, this is just a big bow echo of mine. It's like you can see, like, look, there's multiple bow echoes. There's one right here, there's one right here. There's a lot of bow echoes. So it's going to be a pretty big damaging wind situation. So this is all a look at our slight risk today. So I have a slight risk in place for portions of southeastern southeastern Nebraska, eastern Kansas, and northern Oklahoma. A marginal risk in effect for southern Texas, and another marginal risk in effect for southern Virginia and northern North Carolina. So the main hazards with all of these storms are going to be hail in all places. We have a significant damaging hail threat. So very large hail is possible and present across Kansas and Nebraska tonight. In Oklahoma, we do not have any tornado outlook warranted, so we're very likely not going to see any tornadoes. We also have a significant damaging wind threat for southeastern Nebraska and eastern Kansas. And then we also have it for southern Texas, southern Virginia, back through northern North Carolina. So now we need to talk about tomorrow. And this is where an even bigger risk comes into play here. You can see we have a pretty big enhanced risk from northern Louisiana all the way through about central or eastern Missouri. Now, this is also going to be driven by the same hazards, but this time, sorry, that's not our tornado outlook. But we actually have a different tornado outlook, and we actually have a decently significant tornado outlook. Now, that's what it was. This is what it is now. So they definitely expanded it. And then also our wind outlook, can see we still have that 30% risk. And now I don't know why it's not showing our SIG severe, but we do. And then our hail outlook is also a SIG severe with 30% chance, so very, very large hail is possible from northern Louisiana to all the way back through southern Missouri. And then for Thursday, it's not spring without another day 7 slight risk. This is looking like a pretty concerning slight risk to me, I'll be honest. And all hazards are on the table from what I'm seeing. So it could change, but this is what I'm seeing. So it's going to be pretty significant. And then also just what we could see with our upcoming atmospheric river in the Pacific Northwest. That's through April 30th, but this is what it's, going to dump through about Saturday. So next weekend, so you guys are going to get a lot of rain in like Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Medford, all those areas. You're going to get a lot of rain. So, yeah. So thank you guys for coming and watching my video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And thank you for all the support. And also I'm doing a weather forecast on my second channel. So if you guys want to check that out, I'm definitely gonna be doing that. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, bye.